Professor Yaffa Zilbershats is the chair of the Planning and Budgeting Committee of the Israeli Council for Higher Education. She served as the deputy president of Bar-Ilan University and previously was dean of the Faculty of Law at the university, and is a specialist in international human rights and constitutional law. And while Professor Zilbershats probably, and we spoke before, does not remember me, I do remember her. I took her constitutional law class about 20 years ago, and I'm pretty sure, if my memory serves correct, I got a pretty good grade. Ladies and gentlemen, Professor Yaffa Zilbershats.
Okay. So, dear guests, dear everybody, I'm here and I have the privilege to launch publicly for the first time the Israeli higher education campaign, Study in Israel, study in our new up-to-date campuses, engage in excellence. Okay, so this is our system. Israel has a very impressive higher education system. It includes, as you can see, 62 institutions, 9 universities, 8 research universities, 1 open universities, which are all funded by the Israeli government. In addition, 20 colleges are also funded by the government, and that's why tuition in our institutions is very low, especially if it is compared to the United States, but absolutely it's also very low. To this, you can add another 21 funded teacher colleges and 12 private colleges. This is our system. You see here the numbers on the board. Altogether, we have over 300,000 students for bachelor's, master's, and doctorate PhD degrees studying in our 62 academic institutions. And they are located, as you heard, there is a problem in the periphery, but in higher education, all our institutions are located not only in the center of Israel, but also in the Negev and the Galilee, not only in Tel Aviv or Haifa or Jerusalem, but also in Tel Hai in the north, Be'er Sheva in the south, Sderot near Gaza, and even in Eilat. In all these points, we have higher education institutions spread, as you see, all over Israel. Until now, most of our student body consisted of Israeli students in the 20s studying for full academic degrees. We believe that higher education in the 21st century should be open and available to all segments of society. In Israel, it should include the Arab minority, the ultra-Orthodox population, Ethiopian Jews, so as people at the mid-career who come to our campuses to update their knowledge. It's very important, as you know, for engineering and computer science that after like 10 or 20 years of work, they need to update, but not only. And we also look for people who decide in midlife to change their careers. And after retirements, why not fulfill dreams and come to study in our wonderful academic institutions? In our new campuses, open for lifelong learning, as I said, for the diverse population, we still miss international students. Out of the 300,000 students that you saw, only 5,000 come from abroad. It is about 1.5%, while the average at the OECD countries is 6%. We are way behind. We believe that the internationalization of the system is a must. It is important for our Israeli students to study with students from abroad. It is very important for brain gain that Israel becomes a target state for acquiring knowledge and doing research. It is also a tool to get to know life in Israel and create national, academic, and business contacts with people and companies. We at the Council for Higher Education took upon ourselves to overcome the obstacles of visas, labor permits for the incoming student, researchers, and their spouses. We also encourage our institutions to build a strategy for internationalization so as to translate courses and even full degrees to English. And by now, we already have courses and degrees in STEM, innovation and entrepreneurship, agriculture, business, Jewish studies, and more. According to our new campus concept, we also believe that studies should be adjusted to each and every student. As you see, I was using the term personalized student. For example, a student of engineering must have opportunity to study literature, philosophy, or any field in the humanities or social sciences. We also make it possible today for students in the humanities to study clusters of courses in data science and computer science. It is up to the student to choose what he wishes to do. The campus should be personalized there. This new structure, enabling to study micro degrees, is extremely important for foreign students who wish to come to Israel, not for a full degree. We also believe that digital learning is an essential component in the future higher education in general and can be an excellent introduction for our system for international students. Imagine one wishes to study in Technion, a very, very high-profile institution. While still here in the States, he or she can do Technion online courses and get credit for that. We launched a comprehensive online project for the whole higher education system in Israel. We joined Harvard and MIT, quite famous institutions, as you all know. They have an edX.org initiative. One can find on the American Harvard MIT edX platform many courses from all our universities and colleges under the shingle Israel X. By the way, we are the only country in the world on edX.org that has a shingle as a country, Israel X. You go on Google, you do Israel X, and you get Technion, Hebrew University, Tel Aviv University, Bar Ilan, you name it, all. We also launched an Israeli platform for online courses, which is called Campus IL, where we have our courses in Hebrew and Arabic. I would also like to take the opportunity that you in the Jerusalem Post gave me and speak a little bit, as little as I can, but it is very important, about research in the future world and how we get ready to cope with its challenges. Believing that the holy of holiness of creating knowledge is basic science, and we all have a duty to remember it and defend it, we still must, in the 21st century, make adjustments both in method of research and its impact. That being so, the data collected by researchers should not stay only in their computers. You see the second line when you see researchers at their computers. In the past, they were sitting and researching things. Because if they keep the knowledge, it can be that they have there something on their computer which they consider as trash. But if somebody else sees it, it could be his treasure. So the system is transforming into what we call open science, where data is shared. And impact of research is also very crucial. Now look at the upper line. These days, where many multinational corporations engage in research, so we cannot just do basic science and not ask ourselves what it is for, because the industry is there and we have really to cope with that. We basically believe in bottom-up research, and that's why we support funds, both Israeli national and international funds. But still, we support flagships, as you can see in the last row, in mega subjects such as data science, AI, quantum science and technology, personalized medicine, as was spoken before by the head of Rambam Hospital, and the humanities. Okay? Any researcher who will decide to join one of our universities will find a very up-to-date system. We believe that entrepreneurship is a value that makes Israel so special and successful. Entrepreneurship is a value that is important in the STEM and high-tech fields, but not only. That being so, we decided in our new campus project to encourage each and every academic institution in Israel to establish entrepreneurship and innovation centers. These centers function on few levels, and as you can see, we really just made a picture of a house with floors and levels. They are responsible to educate and train students and faculty to think about entrepreneurship and be innovative, and to create within campuses entrepreneurial culture by organizing hackathon competitions and so on. These centers are open to students and faculty from all disciplines. There they can meet, exchange ideas, and create together innovative initiatives. We do believe strongly in a new productive dialogue between the academia and the industry. The entrepreneurship and innovation centers in the third floor should promote that important goal. So after describing our new campus revolution, both in teaching and in research in 8 minutes that I had, I'm sure that I have convinced you that each student and researcher who will come to study or teach in Israel will engage in excellence and benefit personally and professionally from a wonderful system. Join us, help us, let's study all in Israel and engage in excellence. Thank you very much.